Welcome to TCLA. Today, John is going to teach us how to use the spray booth in just 5 easy steps. Step 1. Booth prep. The first thing we want to do is turn on the air compressor. We then mix our glaze and sieve it through a mesh screen into our glaze cup. It's important to sieve it through the mesh screen so that glaze particles too large for the gun don't get clogged. Once we have sieved our glaze through our mesh screen, we want to secure the lid tightly, holding onto the cup as to not bend the metal. We then attach the air hose by pulling back the piece of metal, attaching the hose, and then releasing the metal. Once attached, we turn on our fan, and now our first step is complete. Step 2. Understanding our spray gun. There are 4 adjustable knobs on our spray gun, each with a different function. The first knob is the nozzle. Turn the nozzle horizontal and get a vertical spray pattern. Turn the nozzle vertical and get a horizontal spray pattern. Our second adjustable knob is our airflow adjustment knob. To constrict your airflow, twist the knob to the right to tighten it. This will result in lower air pressure. To maximize your airflow, twist the knob to the left and the airway will open, resulting in higher air pressure. The third adjustable knob is your material adjustment knob. Tighten this knob to the right and your spray gun will release less glaze, resulting in a thinner glaze application. Loosen this knob to the left and your spray gun will allow more glaze through, resulting in a thicker glaze application. Our fourth adjustment knob is the pattern adjustment knob. Tighten to the right and you'll get a tighter pattern. Loosen to the left and you'll get a more spread out pattern. Step 3. Glazing your piece. Start by spraying next to the piece and glide into the piece as to ensure a smooth application. It can be helpful to start with your piece upside down, as sometimes the banding wheel gets in the way. Once you've applied a nice even coat, you can flip the piece over, give it a second coat, and glaze the inside of your pot. As we do when we're throwing and trimming, we want to move calmly and smoothly and let the wheel do the work. Once you've glazed your piece to your liking, we can move on to step 4, spray gun cleanup. To clean your spray gun properly, the first step is to remove the air hose and set it aside. Pour the remaining glaze in your cup back into the glaze bucket, then bring your glaze gun to the sink where you can properly clean it. Hold the trigger to wash the water through the gun, and then clean the cup 3 or 4 times to ensure there's no glaze left. Clean your cup with a large sponge to get all the extra glaze out, and then fill it up and leave about an inch of water in the cup. Reattach the air hose and spray the water through the gun into the drain. Tap the nozzle to backflow the water through the cup and make sure there's no glaze particles stuck. Once you've cleaned your glaze gun, if you'd like to apply another glaze, just repeat steps 3 and 4. Sieve your glaze through your mesh screen, secure your lid, attach the air hose, and begin spraying your piece. If you'd like to experiment with your adjustment knobs, the second coat can be a great time to do that. Here you can see John is tightening the airflow adjustment knob to constrict the amount of air let through the gun. This technique allows John to get speckles of glaze on his surface. Experimenting with your adjustment knobs can be a great way to achieve new and exciting glaze results. Once your piece is finished, just repeat step 4, spray gun cleanup. Rinse, wash, and repeat. We're now ready for our final step, spray booth cleanup. First, with your gun attached to the air compressor, hold the trigger until the pressure gauge reads below 20 psi. This may take a minute or so. You can then remove the air hose from the gun and put it back where it belongs. Next, turn on the water hose valve and spray down the inside of the booth with the hose. Make sure you do a great job of cleaning so the next person gets to use a clean spray booth. Once you've sprayed down the walls, clean them with a sponge. You can then remove the pieces of metal and spray both sides of them, getting all of the glaze out of the cracks. Spray down the wall behind the metal panels and then put the panels back in their place. Open the drainage valve into the 5-gallon bucket below and finish cleaning the rest of the booth. Once the booth is cleaned and the liquid is drained, remove the 5-gallon bucket and close the drainage valve. Remove the bucket and clean it off in the sink. After cleaning the bucket, place it back underneath the drainage valve. Replace the metal bench back where it belongs. Turn off the booth lights. Close the water hose valve. Replace the banding wheel back on the shelf. And finally, turn off the air compressor and the fan. You've now finished all 5 steps. Congratulations and happy glazing.